Hello my loves, welcome back to the channel. So first things first, I'm sorry if the lighting changes like throughout the video. It's kind of late in the afternoon and the sun is already coming down, but I had the surge of inspiration and I really wanted to film today. So yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully I can get the video done before the sun leaves us completely because I just film fully with natural light. So sorry about that, but anyway, I want to talk to you guys today about the importance of questioning ourselves, of questioning things around us, of questioning basically everything. Our beliefs, our thoughts, our things we read about on the internet, just everything in general. And why this is so crucial to do in order to not be just another, or not become another zombie in our society. And I know that kind of seems harsh, but I truly mean that with every syllable that I said it with. And we'll get into it. So why do I think that it's so important to question ourselves? I think it's kind of like a value or kind of like a trait that we've really lost as a society as time has gone on. And I mean, it kind of makes sense. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but today it's just so hard to just be able to really be alone with your thoughts anymore. Like the internet, social media, just everything there's just so much noise around. It's crazy. And so I have this really funny story that literally proves my point of even if you're not on the internet or social media, you still have just so much noise around you. It's crazy. I remember a year or 2 years ago, I don't remember when exactly this was, but it was a while ago. I was in the underground and I was taking the train and I was waiting for it to arrive, and there was this screen that showed you how many minutes left for the next train and the weather, stuff like that. And it was coming, it also had a slideshow of kind of news, breaking news and stuff like that. And one of the things that came up was Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson have broken up. And which, first of all, does that really have to be news? News in the sense of it's literally in a train station. That's just ridiculous to me. It's just crazy. I don't even want to get into that, but yeah, it's crazy that is a thing. But anyway, so it's I remember thinking back then, I was I don't even follow these people. I don't even follow gossip accounts or celebrity stuff accounts. And I'm still I still know if they're broken up, bro, really? And it's not in a conversation when I'm with someone and someone mentions it, that's fine. But it's it's just so much. And I feel that has kind of conditioned us as humans to kind of not want to question stuff anymore. We are being told by people, by corporations, by governments, by whoever it may be, what we should think. And at the beginning, I think it was a bit harder, but now I think, especially with younger generations and stuff, I think it's just becoming easier, and companies and marketing is just getting so much better at getting people to do stuff mindlessly. That's why we have the term mindless scrolling, because we've kind of become a bit brain dead and kind of automatic when it comes to stuff like social media and the internet and a lot of our everyday stuff. A lot of people don't even question anything anymore. It's just here it is. And there's another element to this problem, I think, which is that so I also think that one of the really toxic things in social media, and I kind of want to do a whole video on social media and digital platforms and the internet and stuff like that, because by the way, my main job, my full-time job, the job that actually pays me, is I'm a digital marketing person at a company. So I know this, this is literally my work. And I really want to do a video on all of that as well. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, one of the main issues I think with social media is that people are just out here fighting. And it's come a point where you can't even say anything that you think that might be remotely threatening to what another person believes. or like if you have like a big following, you'll like for sure be canceled. If you're a celebrity, like say goodbye to your career basically. And I don't think that's right. It's not. It's just not. Like, I mean, unless it's like someone saying stuff that's like violent or like, I don't know, like genocide, stuff like that. But like, bro, I mean, have we really come this low in society that you can't even bear to listen to someone that has a different opinion than you? Like, you feel so threatened by it. And so I feel like a lot of people don't even want to like think about stuff anymore. Like, it's all part of kind of like the system, you see? Like, they don't want you to think in a different way. They want you to think their way. And if you don't, they will make you out to be a bad person for it. Like, oh no, you're a bad person because you're not on the right side of things. You're not on the right side of history. You're not doing the right thing. You're not saying the right thing. You're supporting the wrong causes. Or if you are, you're not doing enough. You did it in a way that shouldn't have been done. You know, there's just like all these things. And like, I feel like a lot of people are now like really afraid to not only express what they actually think, but even worse, it's kind of become a thing where like I feel like genuinely a lot of people have just suppressed that whole part of themselves altogether, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is supposed to be the right thing, so yeah, I'll just follow that blindly. And maybe it is the right thing, I'm not saying it's not, but I think it's important to have that kind of mental exercise that we do when we see something. Like even right now when you're listening to me, you should also question me. Like after you're done watching this video, you've heard what I had to say. It might even be a good exercise for you to like reflect on what I had to say, and maybe you can say, I actually don't really agree with this, or maybe I do agree with it, or maybe I agree with this part, but I don't agree with that part. And that's totally fine. And it's actually a good thing because you're thinking for yourself and you're doing that, again, brain exercise. You're not brain dead anymore. You're not gonna have that brain fog. You're kind of taking back a part of like even your autonomy, like your life, you know. Like I'm a very big advocate of like taking control of our lives and not just going with the flow that much. And I don't know, I guess that sounded a bit weird, like that sounded quite controlling. I don't mean it in like that type of way. But yeah, kind of like taking control of our lives. If you're making mistakes, at least let them be your own. Don't let them be someone else's. And yeah, I truly do believe in that. I don't know if what I'm saying is making any sense. I'm trying to like articulate it the best way that I can and try not to ramble at the same time. But I kind of feel passionate about this. I don't know if you've noticed. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think it's important for us to kind of do that exercise. And I'll also give you some examples of stuff of why it's also important to do that exercise and to not have the same beliefs your entire life, or at least not with everything. Like it's kind of, I feel like, not the best way to kind of go about life, to like not question anything at all. Like for example, when we're children, usually we have the beliefs of our parents or the beliefs that we learned in school or we were taught in school, whether that be religious or social or political or whatever it may be. You have certain beliefs that are kind of installed in you. And then there's people that you go through life without questioning those beliefs, and that's just their truth. And again, that's fine. It doesn't have to be necessarily a bad thing. But I do think that it's important to have that exercise every once in a while. Obviously, you don't also have to like, you know, drive yourself crazy questioning everything every single day. Like, you know, like also don't take it to that extreme. That'll also drive you crazy. But every once in a while, I think it's quite valuable to question things, to like say, is this true for me right now in my life? Does this belief actually serve me? Do I think maybe there's room for a different idea, a different way of living, a different way of expressing myself, a different way of interacting with society, a different spiritual belief, a different political belief? Like, it's all valid, and the world and humans are ever changing. So I actually even think that it's a good thing to kind of change your beliefs every once in a while, or like at least change them a little bit. It doesn't have to be super extreme. Like, we also don't have to think in black and white. Like, we're adults here. We know that there's a gray area. We know that there's nuisance. Well, you know what I mean. Sorry, English isn't my first language. The gray area. And that's where most of stuff lives. I mean, I would argue that most of things in life are not really black and white. So I would also say, if there's a lot of people in your life, or people that you're surrounding yourself with in your digital spaces, like in the internet and stuff like that, who have a lot of this black and white thinking, I would encourage you to like kind of step away from them for a bit, because life is not like that. And you also don't want it to be like that. Like, imagine a world that's so sad that there's only two choices in anything. Like, doesn't that sound kind of miserable to you? Like, I like to think of the world and like of everything as having multiple possibilities. Like, I mean, and like also like, I guess, like space for more possibilities. Like, maybe I can think of something that someone else didn't think of before. Like, and that's cool. And that's the way that the human beings progress through life. Like, imagine if no one ever questioned anything. Where would we be as humans? Where would we be as a society? Like, we would still be living in the Middle Ages, or, I mean, well, the Middle Ages was actually quite a long period of time, and I think it's mostly because people didn't really question stuff, but that's a whole other topic. But yeah, I mean, the way that society progresses is through questioning things, through reevaluating that, okay, maybe we used to do this way, maybe we can leave behind this aspect of it, and maybe we can try something new. And that usually ends up being a good, at least some good comes of it, right? And why wouldn't that same principle apply to us as humans and to our individual lives? Like, obviously, this is like, my example was like on a bigger scale, but it's something that, again, we should be applying to our own lives. And yeah, I can promise you it's going to be worth it. Like, even if you come to the same conclusion, like, let's say that you're questioning a belief that your parents have, that you've had your entire life, and you do the mental exercise of kind of questioning it and being like, is this really true? Do I still really believe this? Maybe you still do. Maybe you still think it's great, and maybe you still think it's fine, and maybe you still believe that, and that's great. That's fine. But at least you did the exercise. Again, I would say the point of this is not to fully change something necessarily, or like to start at point A and end up in point B. It's maybe you can start at point A and then circle back and go back to point A, and that's fine as well. It's kind of more the exercise. It makes you more awake. It doesn't make you live in autopilot anymore. Like, I feel like a lot of us, and that's why I use the term zombie at the beginning of the video, I feel like a lot of us are just living in autopilot, or like, it's very easy to slip into that. And I say it as someone that have definitely been in that position before, like, of just like the doom scrolling and stuff like that. And it's like, it's completely fine for us to fall into that every once in a while. These apps are literally designed for us to spend as much time on them as humanly possible. Like, that's what they want. That's what Meta and Mark Zuckerberg want from you. That's what the TikTok CEO wants from you. They want your time. That's how they make money. That's how corporations make money. All of them, all of the ones that are marketing to you on social media and on the internet. That is how you know, that's what they actually want from you. They want you to spend your time there, and hopefully to buy stuff in the way. So just a little tip for you. Also, be sure that if you want to see my video on like my thoughts on social media and all that stuff, to like the video and comment down below, and I'll definitely make that. But yeah, we don't just follow blindly with what other people want and what Mark Zuckerberg wants. We question ourselves and our beliefs and our actions and what we're doing, and then We may either change that action or change that belief, or we keep it the same. It's fine. But we have that autonomy. We have it, we're adults, we're in control of our lives, we are doing it, and I can promise you that if you do this exercise, even start with something small. It doesn't have to be like this big existential thing. But even if you start with something small, I think it would really move the needle and like really kind of be a catalyst for positive change in your life. Like, sorry, my nose is kind of scratchy. But yeah, I truly believe that. And again, you guys can question me too. Actually, feel free to. It would be a good thing. So yeah, I don't know if this video made much sense. I know it was very rambly, but I'm hoping it was of some value to you guys. I'm still trying to find kind of my voice here on YouTube, as I mentioned in my previous video about my New Year's resolutions and kind of my plan for the channel. If you haven't watched that, you can watch it down below, or I'll like link it here or something. But yeah, I'm trying also to like not do as many like scripted videos. I used to do a bit more of scripted videos, and then I wouldn't ramble as much, but I'm trying to make it be a little bit more natural. Like, I want this to seem, I mean, not to seem, like, I want it to feel like a conversation between two people. Like, you guys can come here and like have a conversation with me, have a conversation down below, like, because I know you can't like in live like respond to me, so respond to me down below. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. If you don't like me just rambling on, then I can go back to the scripted videos. But yeah, I kind of like this a little bit more. I feel like it kind of stops me from procrastinating filming that much, because then if I have to do like a full script and stuff like that, like it takes a bit more time. And again, I have a lot of thoughts, so it's kind of hard sometimes for me to kind of condense it into a nice like a summary with like a little bow in it and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys still like this type of video that's kind of more rambly and a little bit more natural. I also don't edit my videos, so this is literally just me talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. Let me know what you guys think about this, because this is kind of the direction that I want to take with the channel. But again, if everyone hates it, I might just try and put a bit more effort in and be a little bit more structured. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Let me know all of your thoughts on everything that I said down below, and on what videos you want to watch next from me and all that type of stuff. And yeah, thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.